A conditional use permit shall be granted if 4 of the required findings are present. Under the provisions of Title 30, Chapter 3050 of the Glendale Municipal Code, a parking reduction permit shall be granted only if the review authority can make the findings of fact. Discussion of the required findings for both the conditional use permit and parking reduction permit are included in the staff report that was made available prior to the hearing. If evidence presented in the application and at the hearing meets the criteria, then the planning hearing officer can either approve or impose conditions for approval on the case in question. If the findings of facts are not evident, then the request will be denied. Notification of this hearing was accomplished by the use of public notices, which were mailed to the property owners and occupants located within 500 feet of the subject property, physically posted on the site in question and placed in the local newspaper. I'll read the description of the requested entitlements. The case planner will make a brief overview of the case, giving analysis and make a recommendation. The applicant will be asked to come forward stating both name and address and will be asked to present the case within a 15-minute time limit. Others in support or in opposition to the application and interested parties will be asked to come forward to speak stating both name and address within a 3-minute time limit. And then lastly, the applicant will be given the opportunity to make closing comments if desired in response to testimonies given by preceding speakers within a 5-minute time limit. The hearing will then be closed and I will be taking the case under submission. After the hearing, the decision will be prepared in writing and will be in the form of a letter sent to the applicant and to all persons who responded to the public notice either by speaking at this hearing or submitting written responses and have provided their name and mailing address. The date of the decision will be the date appearing on the letter. Under the appeal provisions of Title 30, Chapter 30.62 of the Glendale Municipal Code, the decision may be appealed to the Planning Commission within 15 days of the date of the decision. Anyone wishing to appeal will obtain forms and a brochure on the procedures from the Permit Services Center located in room 101 of this building. If you wish to speak, please write your name and address on one of the speaker forms which have been presented at the front door and submitted to our planning assistant. I would like to inform everyone that the official proceedings of the hearing are being recorded as part of the public record. Our first case today, and our only case today, is located at 2264 Honolulu Avenue. It's conditional use permit case number PCUP 1417827. Parking reduction permit case number PPRP 1417828. The applicant is Anna Sheklo, okay, and that's Kids Art. And the case planner is Kathy Duarte. The application is for a conditional use permit and parking reduction permit to allow a private specialized school at a vacant storefront without providing the required number of parking spaces in the CR commercial zone. Ms. Duarte, may I have the staff report, please?
Thank you, Mr. Krause. The site is located in a commercial building and is part of the Montrose Shopping Park. The building has 3 tenant spaces, including the subject tenant space, which is currently vacant. The current 2 occupants are Needle and Haystack at 2262 Honolulu Avenue and Twigs and Things at 2266 Honolulu Avenue. The proposed art school, which is, as you mentioned, Kids Art, tenant space is 2,101 square feet with 950 square feet proposed or designated for actual instruction. A conditional use permit is required to allow a private art school at this location. There is no on-site parking available for this tenant space. Therefore, the applicant is planning to use the neighboring public parking lots, which are Lot 7 and 3, and on-street parking for the employees and patrons. The previous retail use required 4 spaces per 1,000 square feet of floor area. The proposed private specialized school requires 28.6 spaces per square feet of floor area used for instruction. The applicant is proposing to use, as I mentioned, 950 square feet, which requires 18 additional on-site parking spaces per our Glendale Municipal Code. A parking reduction permit is required because the applicant is unable to provide the required 18 parking spaces on-site. We did not receive any comments from other city departments or from the public. Staff is able to make the required findings to grant a conditional use permit and the parking reduction permit, which, as you mentioned, are found in the staff report. And that's my presentation, if you have any questions.
Thanks very much. No questions at this time. If I could ask the applicant to come forward and please state your argument for approval of the case, please.
Good morning. My name is Anna Sheklo, and I'm the owner of Kids Art. We are currently located in La Crescenta, and as you said, proposing to move to Honolulu 2264 Honolulu Avenue. We have been part of this community for over 20 years. Kids Art offers a quality fine art drawing and painting program for students ages 4 and up. For our specific use, I have found that we are definitely going to bring a positive aspect to the community as we are bringing a program that enriches and enhances our youth through arts. We provide our students with all non-toxic art supplies, which is all of our drawing and painting materials, and therefore pose no risk to the health of any individual in the community. In regards to how we run our classes, we take no more than 12 students with 2 teachers, which is a 6-to-1 ratio. And because of that, we are providing a very quiet learning atmosphere. As I mentioned, our program focuses on the fundamentals of drawing and painting, and in order for our students to really learn, they are sitting individually at a bench, they are sitting quietly, our students walk around and help each student individually. Also, to provide this atmosphere, we don't allow parents to stay, so it is on a drop-off basis. Because of that, we don't really require parking since the parents are dropping off and picking up. So we don't take up a giant amount of space in the back, even if there are 12 students in the class that are all individual. We do have a lot of siblings, but parents, I have multiple locations that when they are parking, they usually do so to patron other businesses in the area. I've been told by a number of businesses, for instance, in my Northridge location, Starbucks and the pizza place and the My Gym all know our families very well because they bring their kids there while their other children are at Kids Art. I do feel that we are going to be providing a really wonderful addition to the community. We have a ton of families from Glendale and Montrose already in our program. They're very excited that we're moving closer, and we're really excited to finally be part of Glendale. Any questions?
So, actually, I really don't have any questions at this point. Staff did a really good job on presenting with the staff report, so
Great.
All of my questions were already answered through that. I don't have any other questions. Does staff any other comments they want to present or other statements?
No, I don't think so.
Seeing as I have no other speaker cards, I'm going to go ahead and close the public hearing and be running my decision within the next few days. Thank you very much.